Thank you, Pete. He's a hard act to follow, so maybe I should have gone first, but be that as it may, Pete sat as a judge here for a couple of years, so he knows what he's talking about. He's seen this mature, and I don't want to take too much time standing here before your awards. I might get shot down, but I want to cover three things, and I've had the honor of sort of wrapping up previous challenge competition, so I'll give you my thoughts on it. I want to talk about the scholarship challenge itself. I want to talk about taking it to the next level, and also what are we doing to take it to the next level, and Pete touched on a few of those. First of all, and the challenge itself, and Pete mentioned that the rewarding thing for us is that all the papers here were focused on one thing, and that is improving the lives of the people in Cuba through infrastructure. I called it on a previous occasion MTV, Mejora tu Vida. And so I'm glad to see that carried on this year again. I want to thank FIU for participation, and I see Dr. Benvenu back there. Thank you for coming, and we want to challenge FIU to bring more teams to this next year. I also see a lot of people that we may not see next year. It's great to see Eric, it's great to see Antonio, and a lot of you that we've seen for a number of years, and passing on the torch to new members of your team. As Pete said, this was structured as what it would be in real life in trying to win a job. So hopefully the challenge has set you up for a better future and getting a job. And I was so glad to hear that you're getting jobs and you're getting good interviews and you're getting good money for your dedication, not only in school, but hopefully the challenge has helped you along the way. Then what are we doing about taking it to the next level? We don't really think it's fair necessarily about having to compete, let's say, medical against water against transportation. So ideally, we'd like to establish swimming lanes so that we could have maybe 5 basic disciplines. So we could have water, transportation, medicine, telecommunications, and power, and establish that the competitions within those. It's difficult, and we recognize it even from the judging for a judge that's been in their life in civil engineering to judge something on medical. But everybody's doing their best, not only from your presentations, but us in trying to judge it. So ideally, we want to take it to the next level of establishing these swimming lanes, and then the breaststroke can compete against, you know, the whatever. So that's our goal. So to get there, what do we have to do? First of all, we're going to have to advertise this some more. So we started advertising. Just in Florida alone, we found that there's 15 ABET accredited engineering schools. So we have a market right here. Imagine that throughout the United States and the Caribbean. But what would it take? It would take some money. So to give you an idea of the money, because that's kind of what should help drive this effort, from being able to attract attention in addition to the Cuba theme. We ran the first 2 or 3 years with about a $5,000 budget, mostly coming from the societies themselves. For this year, we set a challenge to double that to $10,000, so we doubled the price, and we set a goal for ourselves of trying to find sponsors so that next year our budget is $25,000, 5 from the societies, because we'll put money and we'll put sweat equity, like Cristina has done, and her team in setting this together. But we've already got a commitment. But that commitment, Elena and I, one of our concerns was how can we make it sustainable? So we don't want just a yearly commitment of 1 year. So the persons that we've talked to, they've already committed $20,000 for the next 5 years to make it a sustainable program. And so we don't have the check in hand, but it's almost there. So ideally, we want to get to the 100,000 level so we can have 20,000 for each of these swimming lanes that we want. So we have a bigger goal. So that's the first thing, is advertising, getting the finances. And the third thing is what Pete talked about, establishing the Center of Excellence on Cuba infrastructure that will help the research and help establish what are the goals. So with that, I'd like to wrap it up with one last comment. Cristina and Jose and your team, thank you so much. Cristina can start planning her wedding, which is just 8 weeks away. Marco will be very happy about that, so thank you so much.